Family Tarzan Tone here. How y'all doing, man? Hope everybody is doing well. Um, I'm out here today. Just gave a quote on towards a project, but I wanted to hop on real quick. I seen a video earlier, and it seemed like it's a investor or a developer that works on houses, and he said a lot, said some things that you kind of hear other people say, and it's basically as like, yo, Mexicans work, black people don't want to work, or they got all these issues and all this other stuff. Um, and this is what I'm gonna say to that: integrity and craftsmanship doesn't have a color. Okay, knowledge doesn't have a color. All right, now the way you do business, everybody do business what they seems fit. Okay, it could be. It's not really subjective, but it can be subjective. It's all about what we go down on a contract and what we really negotiate, what we talk about. So it's fair on both sides. Now, somebody level of competency that's in the field doesn't have a color. So I really feel that it's not fair that we paint this broad picture of black people that we don't want to work or we don't do the certain jobs as fast as other cultures as Mexicans and so what. Because there's other people in their own cultures that had those same issues as we do. So it's not a color thing. You know what I'm saying? These are characteristics, these are traits, these are actual people. Listen, I know plenty of black plumbers, framers, um, roofers, or whatnot, and they do work with integrity. Okay, and they care about it and do it to the best of their ability. Now, you may have certain issues with certain clients or certain deals or contracts may go their way, and you have those nuances. You can speak to many things. I'm not going to go down to that path, but for people to get on and generalize and say, yo, black people don't want to work and these Mexicans is all this, that, and the third, it's a wrong conversation to have. If you're a developer and you're an investor or so, and let's just say you even just starting out, just like anybody else when you first starting out, you're gonna bump your head. You're gonna run into issues. You're gonna run into certain people who don't do things ethnically, with integrity, or do things ethically. With the good mindset, or even having a certain knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Every field has it, and that's everybody. That's not a color. That's not a people. No, so throwing a label on the people just because of that. No, you know what I'm saying? Because there's also other people who are in that same race who operate different. You can know Amish, they work good. Mexicans work good. Black people work good. White people work good. The people who care about their field and care about what they do good work and have good business and don't have those type of issues. So when you get certain developers and other people who actually aren't even of the trades field come in and want to compare one group to the next, bro, like it's not a legitimate argument. And even if you hear somebody that talk like that, like, okay, you can see they're just biased, or they have a like certain way. Because if we want to go ahead and speak towards some truths, sometimes some people are hired because for a lower price, or at the same time you don't want the liability. Because guess what? If an injury certain happens, you're not going to pay that man. He doesn't have any insurance. You understand what I'm saying? And then for the quality of the product or the building that you have, it may not even be built all the way towards the standards because somebody may not even know. And then you come back and got to change everything, and then you want to downplay and talk about towards somebody else. These are all nuances. These aren't towards a group of people. So it's a bad argument, and it's really it's really divisive, pitting people against each other, that off of a situation that you have, a personal experience that you have, because that's not other people's personal experiences. That's the point of reviews and references and all that. So you can check out my reviews. I ask for reviews or whatnot, so that people do know that you do good business and that you've done good business and stuff towards before. Now, you have situations that go sideways. It doesn't mean that everything is perfect, but in all of it, the thing about the construction field, craftsmanship, whatever you do, you gotta do it to the best of your ability, integrity, knowledge, and things constantly change within the field. The field is constantly evolving with new innovations, new technologies, and there's new ways of doing things. And when you're in the field, you're in this craftsmanship, you know that. And that doesn't have no color. It has no race. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? So, the information is out there, the education choices out there, but they keep having people throw out a blanket statement to say, yo, black people don't work, or Mexicans and stuff, they do this much hard labor than other labor, is wrong. It's wrong. Simple as that. So, because those things, aren't race related, those are characteristics. So if you got people that are lazy, who don't want to work, that's a characteristic. That's not a race. If you got people who's coming in and doing faulty work, don't care about what they're doing, they just in the field, whatever, make money, go ahead and gouge people. That's not a race. That's characteristics. Those are people. You understand what I'm saying? So, I just want to put my voice out there to go ahead and kind of combat that. That like, hey, listen, I'm a hardworking black contractor, and I come from a long string of hardworking black contractors. I know I've been taught underneath framers, plumbers, masons, HVAC guys, and guess what? They were all black, all worked hard, showed up on the job site on time, and completed whatever they were supposed to do out the day. So it's not a fair argument, and you shouldn't paint a wide brush over a group of people, or especially when you're part of that community. It's like you shooting your own people, down. Like, bro, if you find a good person, no matter what their nationality is, and he works hard, Base him on merit, not by the color of his skin or anything else. If somebody has bad characteristics, they tell you they're gonna be here, they're gonna be there at that time, and they don't show up. That's that individual. Why are you gonna throw that on a whole group of people? And then put it out there for the whole world to know. So now when you go ahead and when I show up to the client door, I'm fighting all these stereotypes before I even touch the work. I'm fighting all these stereotypes towards how they look, and so it's like, it's an uphill battle, man. We really need to really kind of like be honest about certain situations. Ask how many people got contracts. I did another video from before about certain invoices. People want to talk about, these certain people work hard or anything else. Well, did you got an invoice? How much did you pay? That part. They ain't gonna say. But you know listen, as contractors, man, we do have, we got our struggles, we got our stereotypes and stuff that we got to fight with. But at the end of the day, this is a field where craftsmanship, integrity, like all the intangibles show within your work, meaning for how you do it, how fast you know what I'm saying, how fast you work, your crew, your relationships, your communication, all that will show through. And if you lack in one of those areas, we just work on it, man. And as a client customer relationship, you have your right to have your criticism, on with anything, and that's the point of a review. This company did that, this person did that. It's not a group of people. It's not true. You know what I'm saying? And it could come off very offensive. But I just wanted to drop this video, just to combat, man, this as the contractors of all races, all nationalities, craftsmanship, have the right characteristics of integrity, craftsmanship, tradesmen, the experience, the knowledge. These are the things that matter when it comes to the job, on whether you can do it or not, or whether you have the competency or not. It's not this. It's this. You know what I mean? So let's be better. Let's be better. And yeah. Peace.